Embla presents Love Off Script, written by Laura Starkey and read by Lesley Harcourt. It is now clear to me that for too long I have set aside my true feelings for the sake of satisfying others. But I cannot ignore them any longer, not for a fortune, nor for my family and friends, such as they are. I must live as I see fit. I must pursue my own happiness, not honour or respectability. I can only have happiness if I also have you. Anne Elsby to Dr. Thomas Hale, from Chapter 55 of Anne of Arden, by Georgiana Scott. June, Chapter 1. The scene was like something from a Hollywood film. Two people were caught in a passionate embrace, backlit as the sun streamed in through a sash window. Its grey painted outline seemed to frame them, and the high summer light gilded everything it touched, the dark wood desk in the corner, the leather-bound chair beyond it, the familiar shelves of books and piles of neatly stacked paperwork. The ardently kissing figures seemed to glow, too, as if soft, flattering studio lamps had been turned on them. The woman's back was bowed, her body arched up to the man's in a picture of powerful longing. Her slim fingers nestled in his dark hair, which was lightly silvered around his temples. His tall form loomed over hers, covering her in a possessive, graceful arc. He supported her slender frame with one strong arm at her waist, and a large hand splayed between her delicate shoulder blades, visible above the low back of her soft pink spaghetti-strap vest top. It took Jess a moment to remember that she wasn't a detached spectator, and this wasn't some sort of live, immersive theatre event. This was Jonathan's office, and she was an unwilling player in the drama that was about to unfold. As Jess registered this fact, she dropped the 2 ice creams she'd been holding, her hands losing their grip on the cones as shock short-circuited her brain. Immediately, great globs of Mr. Whippy began to liquefy on her sandal-clad feet. "Shit!" she cried, her heart thumping wildly as confusion, hurt and horror thundered through her. The kissing couple pulled apart. As the woman stared down at the floor, Jonathan's dark, soulful eyes drifted up to meet Jess's. Immediately, she understood that she could never forgive him for this. The knowledge radiated from somewhere bone deep, a part of her that felt as though it had been asleep for years and was just waking up. As of now, her relationship with this man was undoubtedly, irrevocably over. Without success, she tried to swallow down a sob. Her mind whirred into motion. How could this be happening? Why would Jonathan do it? Instinctively, Jess tried to impose order on her mental chaos. She began cataloguing the various things she'd lost since she knocked, then blithely opened Jonathan's office door without waiting for him to answer. Her partner, the personal and professional future she'd been planning with him, and a sizable portion of her own dignity. As she glanced down at her toes, however, she had the brief, hysterical realization that she was especially galled by the loss of her 99 with strawberry sauce and chocolate flake. Jess recognized the woman John had been kissing as one of his recent undergraduate students, several years younger than herself, Nordic blonde and incredibly pretty. In this moment, he had outed himself as someone she could never respect. At best, a cliché, and at worst, a predator. Vaguely, Jess wondered if the two of them were sleeping together, then chided herself for being so naive. Of course they were sleeping together. If she'd stopped by 15 minutes later, it seemed entirely plausible that she might have found them semi-naked and groaning in flagrante on his desk. The thought made her stomach roll over. Vix, one of Jess's best friends, had gently advised caution when her academic relationship with John, the English department's resident silver fox, spiralled into close but unofficial collaboration. She'd grumbled a little louder when the partnership deepened, growing into what Jess had thought was love.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?